All right. Escape from Tarkov. This is going to be just a dry, informative profile overview. I was contemplating splitting this up with like a quick profile overview and then some gameplay, but the profile for this ended up being way more complicated than what I first intended, so it's pretty robust and fully featured, so I want to give it an appropriate, thorough overview, show you some tips. Then, if you want gameplay, check out some other videos. I'll try to get some up. But for this one, let's just keep it to the profile stuff. So, first off, this is all based on default controls, and this is from the beta build. The only change I made was hold to aim. Everything else is the default, which even that ends up bringing in a couple of issues. We'll cover that later, but I wanted to have, I prefer the hold for a game like this. So, okay, all based on the default, and then also just like certain controls actually don't line up with the key bindings in the game, like check ammo. That's a different. So, this is all based on what was functional in the beta build. As the game advances, I will continue to make profiles. So, first thing first, it has a touch menu with custom icons. I will have links in the description to get those icons and where you dump them, but I don't want to go over that yet. Let's go over all the movement stuff. Movement's all basic, obviously, on the left stick, but this game has a peculiar locomotion system where you can adjust the speed through the mouse wheel, which I have mouse wheel, like you can see on the bottom left, the speed is going up. I don't like that though. I mean, you can do it, but you have to stop moving. So what I did was there's a modifier on the left bumper. Hold the left bumper, and then the right pad is your scroll wheel. And then you still have gyro mouse, so you can still look around while you're adjusting. And that works. That works really well. So that's one of the weird, different things with this profile. Hold in the left bumper, that's going to go to adjustments. Adjustments is a whole separate action set where I put in, like, the right pad is a scroll wheel. You have, like, night vision. The left pad is all modified with gun adjustments. And if you hold in the left grip, you can scroll wheel your crouch too. Okay, so that, I think that pretty much is everything that's in that adjustments. So let me I hold in adjustments, I hold in, I'm gonna crouch, hold that in, and then you can see. Now for the crouch, you can't do that from the normal set because a click is crouch and stand up, hold it is prone. And for that dynamic adjustment, you need to hold crouch. So to do that, I had to make the modifier on the left bumper. But this game also has a different adjustment, which is kind of crazy. So if you hold in left trigger all the way, WASD, W and S is that dynamic crouch. Now the only limitation with that is you can't move while you're doing that, but that lets you left and right, does this real cool and it sticks there. So now like you're stuck in that lean and you can peek around a corner, which is pretty neat. And then to reset that, just tilt. So that's, tilt left and right. All right, let's go down the sight so you can see it better. Tilt left and right is Q and E. And then there's also an adjustment. The left trigger soft pull has gyro always on with a much quicker, lower lean point threshold, so it's easier to lean. But, I mean, like I'm saying, you know, if you hold full trigger, you can lean as far as you want and then let up on the trigger a little bit. That works really well. So, you know, I go down the sight, I click in, I move my stick. Let's go the other way. I just let off that full pull. I hold it in. Let's go the other way. I let up. So yeah, that is a pretty snazzy, and then like I said, you know, reset it, you just tilt. For the D-pad left, I just put as item 4. That can be whatever you want, really. I'm kind of defaulting to thinking I'll put like a quick heal there so I can easily go to my bandage. B is your fire mode. Click is check weapon. So B changes fire mode. To check that, that's an adjustment. So hold that in and then do the fire mode, and that will show you... What's the fire mode I'm in? I think that's semi-auto. What fire mode is that? I don't know. It's really hard to tell because he does it so quickly. But that's that. And hold it to check your weapon. Now, the right bumper brings up a touch menu that has... I made a deliberate choice. Actually, so you can see the hotbar goes, you know, V 1 through 9 plus 0, you know, 10 buttons. I don't feel like this game will ever, like, I will never need to fill up my hotbar. So that was a deliberate choice. I didn't want to clutter my touch menu, my radial menu too much. And I put it on the right pad, you know, because you can still look around while you're moving and switch. So that's, you know, deliberately, so you're not losing, you don't have to stop, and you're not losing camera movement. Yeah. Y is light. Hold it is cycling your devices with the laser, which I'm not totally there yet. It's a little weird. There we go. So yeah, it's actually the first time I tried that. So there we go. I didn't even know this shotgun had a laser. R is reload, and then double tap it. Double tap is a shortcut to 1. Just if you are in trouble and you quickly need to switch to your sidearm. Clicking it again is not going to do anything. Oh, it reloaded. Double clicking it again is just, it's only a shortcut to 1. So, you know, if you need it, you got it, and then you're going to need to switch back to your primary. So, speaking of R for the reload, though, reload is on the grip also. Click it to reload. Hold it to check. Double click to chamber check. Now there is a modification to reloading, which is not supported on this. This is more just like the tactical, you know, you need to reload, you want to check your ammo and check your chamber. Now if you want to load a specific magazine, you can do that too. That you're going to want to go back to the, yeah, there it is. Hold X for reload, and then you can mouse scroll to the different magazine. Start is escape, and then hold it for a keyboard if you need the keyboard. Select is check time, and then double click is auto jog. So we click it once, we get the clock up there in the right corner. Double click, you have an auto jog, and you can sprint from that too. And then if you don't want to double click it again to turn it off, just push forward and that'll disable it. Now on the adjustments though, this is where I was saying like it gets a little weird having the aim to hold. To change Let's get in there. So up is like scope zoom and changing reticle. Down would be changing the optics. I don't have a gun that has 2 separate optics mode yet, but just that noise. So that's how I know that was working. But then this is like a dot. I up. Now it's that. I up. It's that. Up. So now the only thing I don't like about that is that I can't change the optics while I'm zoomed in. That's not a limitation of my profile, it's a limitation in the game right now. Because if you set hold to aim, you have right mouse held in. And changing that changing that is left alt and right mouse. So you have to use the right mouse and like you have to be able to let it go to click it in. So that's just a minor limitation, but really, I mean, are you going to need to change your reticule while you're in the middle of a firefight? You're going to find one you like and then you're going to use it. So you can switch it back and forth. Let's go back. I like that one. So, okay, we got that. And then on the touch menu, if you just click the knife is a stab, hold it to switch. Okay, and then we have, this would be if you have a grenade in your inventory, that'd be a quick toss. Mumble. There's also a separate action set that'll automatically switch when you're in inventory. So things are a little different in inventory, so please check over that, because there's, you know, I tweaked it to benefit the game. Like this, if you click in the right pad, that's a turbo to like quickly just grab everything. As you're, you know, grab things that your mouse is hovering over. So I guess before I go over that, though, I got a little distracted. Let me find something to loot. Because you need to know how to interact with things. Interact is on the right pad. It's a click. Let's get out. Click or a double tap. And that actually works really well. You'll feel a little... You know, I put a little haptic thunk on it. And I lowered the tap duration so you don't accidentally go into it. But yeah, it feels really good. And I actually have to give credit to The Long Dark. I was fiddling around with their official profile and they put that in there. And yeah, that feels really nice. I'm digging that. So yeah, just fine. Double tap, go in. So then in here, if I hold right trigger and then full pull is to rotate inventory. Hold in left grip, and that's an automatic grab. But like I'm saying, if you hold that in, right now I'm feeling a thunk 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 thunk. Because it's turbo. Which that works so much better than dragging everything over. Left grip, click on it, or just hold in that pad. And then, like, double click on something to look at it. Left pad in the menu is a scroll wheel. So you can zoom in and look at stuff. Anything else particular in here? B is just to escape, so you can use that in, like, the main menus, too. Full pull of the left trigger is also just that quick grab to modify if you want to squeeze that all the way in and then click, 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 click. That's just a preference. I put some redundancies in the menu. Like that's also rotate. Shift is also hold breath, which I don't really have a sniper scope to test that. And he doesn't make any sounds that he's holding his breath. So I don't know. I'm assuming that'll work. So I think that is pretty much everything, right? Oh man, I'm realizing too, in my profile overview, I forgot to cover right pad hold, this free look. Might have to splice some footage in there. By the way, right pad hold is free look. It's pretty cool.